Hello and welcome to another Star Citizen podcast. I am your adorable, cute host, BoredGamer, and I'm also here with Zinnia. Say hello also here, Zinnia.
Hello, also here, Zinnia.
Yeah, perfect. See, people know that I'm cute and adorable now. They might not have known it before, but they probably did. It's July. It's July 2024. We're going to be talking about Star Citizen. How you doing, Zinnia? You all right today?
Yeah, I'm all right today.
Good, perfect. Good. So we'll just do the same joke throughout. The things I really want to talk about today is a little bit of July stuff, Alpha 3.24 Evocati phase, and the pushing of that, assumedly, hopefully, to live by the end of the month, but we'll have to wait and see. There is a new Sabre Raven, or some form of Aegis new ship, but it looks like a Sabre Raven variant. We'll talk about that. There's the Jumptown. And there was also some little bits that came out of a Shenzhen bar citizen about some cool little things. So that's what we're going to be talking about. Alpha 3.24 on Evocati's in. Are you excited for this cargo patch to go live maybe later in July? Do you think it's going to go live later in July?
I think it'll probably go live later in July. I'm not really that bothered about it, though.
What do you mean you're not bothered about the features within it?
Yeah, it's not the sort of thing I'm interested in, so...
It will affect you and every other person that plays the game.
Yeah, probably will.
Yeah.
And I hope it's all good, but it's not something that I'm like, oh yeah, let's have this come. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm kind of looking forward to customization of hangars. I know it's not that important, and I know it will be quite fleeting. But it is a little base. It is a little base of operation that you can, customize and invite people back to and stuff like that. It is a small step towards our own actual buildable bases, and you can buy furniture and stuff. It's quite fun. It's a bit silly. As you said, I can see some people aren't going to be excited by this patch, but for me, it is fundamentally changing huge mechanics in the game with manual loading and unloading, and have the choice of when you buy goods, you can have them sent to your straight to your ship, but that takes time and money, or you can have them sort of sent to your storage freight elevator effectively, and then you have to put that into your ship by yourself manually. When you're buying stuff, what are you going to prefer? Are you going to do most of the stuff manually, most of the stuff automatically, or it's going to be case by case?
Probably manual.
You're actually going to do it manually?
Well,
okay.
I'll probably try out the automatic and see what it's like, but I don't think I'm going to be buying in so much bulk that I can't feasibly do it manually. Okay,
yeah, it will save you time, it will save you money. Well, potentially save you time, depends how bad you are at stacking the items. I just think it's an interesting thing, because basically all cargo is effectively physicalized, and everyone's going to be pirating off each other as well, or there's the potential of that. There's the potential of a lot of interesting stuff to find in game. There are going to be cargo hauling missions in 3.24. I've yet to play any. The problem with the Evocati build is that it was unstable. That's the main problem.
It always is, though, isn't it? Mostly.
No, you're right. It almost always is unstable, because as soon as it becomes stable, it goes to first wave PTU, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's actually fair. I'm expecting it to go to Wave 1 PTU later this week. They do seem to be powering through it. It is going to be based on whether stability holds, because they wanted to run it over the weekend, but they then opted to actually take it down over the weekend for stability and some bug fixes and stuff to come on Monday. Are you concerned that some people are just going to find the manual loading and unloading just super tedious? I suppose because you can do it automatically, you don't have to...
Maybe. I think there are people out there who will really enjoy it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, me too. I think it really, really differentiates the cargo gameplay loop. For if you want to do cargo and get good at cargo, well, we've got something for you. Okay, now the next thing I want to talk about, Zin, I need to send you a link. It's the last page, bottom right to last page.
Okay.
Okay, so that is a teaser we've had for a new Aegis ship.
Right.
Yeah. Now, I'm pretty sure it's just a variant of the Raven or Firebird hull. Which effectively is technically just a variant of the Sabre hull. Though they look so different. The Sabre Raven and the Sabre do not look like they're on the same hull, right?
Yeah.
Now, do you think that is a Sabre/Sabre Raven variant? Is my first question to you.
Let's have a look. I mean, that's its butt, isn't it, that you can really see?
That's his face. Oh, is it its butt? Zin?
Yeah.
I thought that was its head. But you're right.
Because if it's his head, that's nowhere near the same.
It's not... Oh my... No, you're right. It's its butt. No wonder I thought it looked like it had... Oh, no, you're right. It's... So, is it... I mean, it could be a racer or something. Like, it looks like it's got a more powerful engine. Or it looks quite aggressive. It's got a green motif.
It looks aggressive.
It looks aggressive. And it's got like aerials or something at the back.
So it's got quite heavy cutouts, which is probably why you thought it was the front.
Yeah. I honestly thought that was the front. I honestly did. I'm a dum-dum. That's clearly rear, because that's why there's streaks going up, because it's travelling. I mean, that just makes sense. I don't know why I thought that.
So the Sabre Raven doesn't have any cutouts?
Well, it does. In its wings, right?
Not at its rear.
Not at its rear. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, so it's interesting. I think it is a just heavily modified Sabre Raven hull again, like the Firebird was. But it could potentially be a whole new Aegis ship. And it's green, and Sabre, they sort of name stuff often after, birds or avian stuff, because you've got the Raven, you've got the Firebird. What if the Raptor leak that we sort of had a while ago wasn't... They made it into an April Fool's or whatever with the Misk Raptor with the Street Sweeper, which is actually an asset in Squadron 42, the Street Sweeper. But what if this is the Raptor?
What?
What?
The Raptor?
Yeah. What if this is... So there was basically, what if this is actually going to be called the Raptor?
But then what about the Street Sweeper?
Well, it doesn't need to be called anything.
It's an acronym.
It's... Yeah, but it's a silly acronym. Like, they're not going to... That Street Sweeper, probably... It's going to appear in Squadron 42 in the background assets. It's probably going to appear in Star Citizen in the background assets. But it's probably not actually called a Raptor. They probably had to think long and hard to make that work. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you are actually... No, of course it's the Misk Raptor. But maybe I'm mad, Sin. Maybe you are. Who knows? I liked your...
Reclamation and personal transportation of rubbish. Raptor.
Yeah. That sounds like they really had to make that work.
Also, if this is based on a Sabre frame, why would it be called a Raptor?
I think raptors... dinosaurs are basically birds.
No.
No. What do you mean, no?
Let's have a no.
Raptor... What's the definition of raptor? Bird of prey. Raptor.
Okay. I'll give you that. Also,
in Jurassic... it has its own theme tune. It's perfect. But what do you think? Do you think... Yeah, do you think this is going to be a Sabre variant then? Or do you think it might be its own whole new own ship?
I mean, it does look like that sort of shape, but it would be the first with cutouts. So maybe it is a racing variant. Maybe it's trying to save weight.
Yeah, or maybe it's like going for super fast interceptor or something like that. There is so much stuff that this ship could be. This is sort of the first I've heard of it. They kept the clouds very close to their chest now, and they're getting much better with leaks and stuff. Do you think it's going to be something they released with 3.24 is the other thing?
I have no idea.
Yeah, we don't know. It's
maybe.
Just they're the ones that have decided to show it as a sneak peek. So typically that would mean something like that. It's probably coming next month, sort of stuff, or end of July or August or whatever. But we'll have to wait and see. Really interested to know what other people think that is, or what it could be. I'm thinking now, looking at it, thinking about it, I think it might be a slightly more traditional, conventional dogfighter / interceptor. I think maybe it is going for the more interceptory route because, yeah, I like the idea of having a sort of Raven chassis that is quick and light and just can go after a target, literally intercept them. If you had to put a bet on something, Sin, for what it was role-wise, what do you think?
I'd probably go racer.
Okay. No, it's certainly possible. and racing green, right?
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Like, I don't know if it's just a thing, but obviously, like the Mirai Pulse, the racing variant is green.
It's certainly possible.
I don't know. I'm making stuff up now.
Well, that's what we do on the podcast. My voice is gone. So you're going to have to make me sound manly.
I'm not sure that's possible.
Oh, no. All right, let's talk about Jumptown. We've got Jumptown Safe. That's what I've got in my notes. So they're running the Jumptown event on the live servers again. So the last time they ran Jumptown, there were terrible problems with desynciness and invisible players. And I do think that it's actually got significantly better. But there are a lot less people playing this now because they're either waiting for 3.24 or it's a bit of a lull period in Star Citizen. It could be potentially a load of reasons. It could also be that as it's a PvP event, or for people that want a bit of risk, obviously PvP doesn't necessarily occur, but it's a lot more likely. PvP is much more likely now to be in like maybe Arena Commander messing around because it's a much more competitive, interesting environment for PvP, Arena Commander, in my opinion. But do you think that these sort of events, it's important that CIG still runs them, or do you think there's not going to be enough people playing, or do you think actually it's annoying to people that want to play because often these can cause problems on the servers with desync and lag and stuff? What do you think, Sin?
I mean, I think they need to run them, even if people or not many people participate. Like you said, if it does cause desync and lag, then that's stuff that they need to monitor and fix.
Yeah,
because they can't just go, "Oh, we're not going to run any events because it's too much of a problem." That's not what they want.
Yeah, exactly. It's also, I suppose, important for them to try and work out why are less people playing and things like that at certain times of the year.
Yeah.
If they're running a live service.
What are we doing wrong that's making people not want to play or something like that?
Yeah, and I'm sure lots of people are having good fun time with Jumptown and stuff. I'm just saying that it looks to me that it's a lot less, and it's very anecdotal, but it looks to me like a lot less people are playing Jumptown this time around, even though it is effectively a lot better from what I can see anyway. I'm sure some people are like, Jumptown is entirely broken, but no, it looks better than it was last time for sure. And I think there's so much potential for Jumptown to be such a good little thing for people to do, and those sort of missions. Something else I want to talk about, Sin, is Bar Citizen Shenzhen in China. So there's some stuff that came out of here from some people posting little tidbits that they had with chatting to the developers. I cannot confirm any of these as being 100% or anything. I will be doing a separate video looking through all the bits and bobs that came out from Shenzhen that have now sort of emerged. But fishing.
Yes.
It's an MMO. It's going to have fishing at some point, probably. That's what I've said. Well, that's apparently what was said. There was a discussion with some devs. I mean, they were talking to Chris Roberts and people. He was actually, let me actually see. I don't know where my notes are on this. I could have just made it all up. So there's a load of stuff coming out from Chris Roberts, Aaron Roberts, Silo, and John Crew, and someone was talked about. One of them they talked about fishing with, and they said not in the short term, but there will be fishing in the game. And well, firstly, do you think all MMOs need fishing? Do you think it's dumb in Star Citizen, or is it something you're going to be doing? I
mean, Kit's the fisher, really, isn't she?
Well, she doesn't need to fish. So we've got our friend Kit. Doesn't need a fishing rod to fish in games. They literally jump into our boats and our arms in every fishing game. Anytime there's a fish in a fishing game, they will literally jump into our open arms or even closed arms. They just go, please eat me. It's very strange, and it's not a joke. From Valheim to Stardew Valley. Also, they said that there's going to be more creatures in 4.0, and they want to have a full ecosystem from predators to herbivores and all the in-betweens and stuff they eat and all the foods and everything by 1.0. Now, do you think that's likely? Do you think that's... Well, first of all, you expecting more creatures in 4.0? Yes,
I hope so. I think, I'm just going to interject here. I think that they've probably got to the point now where they're comfortable with doing creatures. The fact that they've started adding what they've have so far. I think they're happy with their tech, as it were.
And we saw the space cows and sort of space whales last year, right?
And even if that was scripted, they're obviously getting to a point where they may put them in game.
Yeah. And we know there's like lots of little creatures and stuff in 4.0. We've already seen, in like Pyro, we've already seen them, like the grubs. You can eat the little grubs that move around. Delicious.
Yeah, delicious.
Actually makes my skin crawl. But what about 1.0? Full ecosystem. Do you think that's something on the cards?
Full ecosystem?
There will be a full ecosystem from predators to herbivores is the quote that I've got here.
I mean, that's not very full. From predators to herbivores.
Yeah, we don't know the extent of what a full ecosystem means. Yeah, that's an interesting one. I mean, I think there will be predators and herbivores, and they interact. That's probably what that means, right?
Yeah.
There'll be water that they'll need to go to in congregation areas that these animals will go to, and if they see each other, they'll hunt or whatever. They'll have a bit of day-night cycling, scripting stuff, and the herbivores will want to go and eat in areas and drink water, and the predators will want to go drink water and hunt herbivores. It'll be that's a full ecosystem, right?
Yeah.
I think what was an interesting thing to sort of talk about. The other sort of major thing I wanted to talk about here was Star Citizen wants to build business in China. I mean, why wouldn't they? It's a huge market.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, it's Shenzhen, big city in China. I think they've already got servers in Hong Kong, or at least are planning to have a larger server presence in Hong Kong if they haven't already. I think they already have. So what do you think about the push or potential growth of the market in China? Do you think that's a good idea for the game? Or are you concerned at all that they might have to make concessions with the game that will affect all of us because of that?
Yeah, I think that's the only thing is possible concessions, just because of certain legal things that they might have over there.
And I suppose it's true of all countries, right? If you want to do business in any country and you're running an MMO, you either have to we have to run separate servers for that particular country or group or whatever, or everyone has to play by a different set of rules, if you see what I mean, an edited set of rules. And I just don't want them to make too many concessions. I don't want them. I'm concerned that there could be some problems that could ruin the game. But I also know that, well, there's also a strong possibility that there might not have to be any huge concessions at all. And Star Citizen gets around a lot of stuff already, right? It doesn't have any sort of skeletons or maybe it does have some skeletons. Some gore and stuff. There's some weird sort of, I say weird from my point of view and standard things that they might have to change. But yeah, as long as the concessions aren't too great, I would prefer a larger player base. What's your sort of view on that? I suppose you've already said, like, as long as they don't make too many concessions, right? Yeah,
I mean, I think obviously more money is better for them because they'll be able to develop the game more.
Yeah. Do you think that it might be a sensible thing to actually have separate servers for the
I think that
Asian
has
markets or whatever?
Separate servers for regions.
So I have separate servers anyway, probably. Okay, I suppose it'll be interesting to see where they go with that.
Yeah.
And I think it is something that, as with pretty much all of Star Citizen's development and business practice, we should be watching. Like, why not get involved? Why not watch? That's the long development cycle and the amount of stuff that they put out and even I put out. It's because we can watch them develop and have our input with that. And yeah, I don't think it's a huge concern at this stage, but it's something that I'm just going to make sure they're not doing anything odd. Do you think that's fair? It's not.
Yeah.
It's fair. Damn right it's fair. Do you know what else is fair, Zin?
Yeah?
Giving away Constellation Taurus this month. Yeah.
I'd love to win one of those.
I don't think you have one, do you?
No, I don't have one.
No. Do you have any of the constellations?
No, I don't have any constellations.
Well, maybe you could win, Zin. Just comment on one of my videos during the month.
I don't think I'm eligible to enter, surely.
So, you...
I mean, you don't really have any rules on that, do you?
Well, so the eligibility is you just have to comment on any of my videos made during this month. If you made 1,000 comments on one video, it would still only count as one entry. But if you commented on 1,000 videos, we don't make that many, but we try in the month, then each video basically could potentially be one entry because we roll randomly to see what video is going to be the winning video. And then we roll randomly on the comments in there to see which is a winning comment. So technically, you would be included in that rolls in if you were commented on a video.
Oh, sweet.
But I would probably go Zin actually won this, but we're re-rolling it. Or I'd say, Zin, is it okay if we give this ship away to someone else? And I'll say, technically you won it. It'll be something like that. But yeah, Constellation Taurus comes with a gameplay package, so all you need to play Star Citizen and lifetime insurance. Just comment on any of my videos. Also, NordVPN. I love accessing the internets and all the different websites from all the different countries. And I like to be secure and private while I do. That's why I use NordVPN. Also, they give me money when you buy it. So that's why you should use it. The Tobii Eye Tracker's on sale for the last few days. I mean, it'll be on sale again in the future, but if you want to try and grab it this time around, on sale, it natively supported in Star Citizen. It's gone broken English. It's natively supported in Star Citizen. Gives you high precision eye and head tracking. It's very cool. Zin and I have them, and they're fun to use. I have not got mine set up at the moment in my new house. I will have to set it up in a minute. Go Tobii Eye Tracker. Zin.
Yes.
Say goodbye, Zin.
Goodbye, Zin. Thanks
for watching, guys. Hope you have a great July. There's going to be lots happening in July. Foundation Festival. Potentially the start of the Ship Showdown. And lots of 3.24 stuff. And CIG going to talk loads about 4.0. So let's look forward to that. Thank you very much for watching. You have a great July. And see you soon. Click the links below. Click all of them. And buy all of them. Buy them lots.